me, richness doesn't come in what you have as far as money and things. Richness is within and surrounding people you spend your time with. And as far as I am concerned, I'm the richest person I know. I just don't have any money. But I live in one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I'm with the people who love me the most, and I get to do this art form that I've started doing in the last 4 years, and it's just opened my eyes to so many different things, and it was all inspired by Burning Man. I am a trained arborist, a tree surgeon, and I've had my own business for the last 13 years. My job is to keep the trees up, not cut them down. Because of the economy, when we had this depression we were in, it's basically killed 9 out of 10 small tree businesses because of the economy. Nobody wants to spend any money on their trees if they don't have to. Unless the tree has fallen down, they don't want to deal with it. So people like myself have been run out of business. And that's how I started sewing, and it was just a coincidence because I was making costumes for myself, and I had decided to make myself a coat. And I made myself a very nice coat, and as I was finishing it, the first person that came over to visit me said, "What is that?" And I said, "That's my royal robe," because I had realized when I had put it on, it wasn't just a fur coat, it actually was a royal robe. And that's when I became king, as soon as I put on my royal robe. So the first person who came in said, "I want one of those." And I said, "Well, it's going to be $400 or $500 because it's expensive to make." And he said, "No problem." And he had me custom it so he could put his ball cap on and put the bill of his cap inside the head. So I have this little pocket here for him. And then this is his coat. This is a very small town and not the best place to sell this kind of stuff because it's not for the average person. The reason I opened the store was I do a lot of business online all over the world, but I don't have a good connection with my community. So I figured if I opened this store and was visible, the people that I want to connect with will come in.
How'd you guys start this? This is crazy. Like, we were just driving by from San Jose.
Burning Man.
Nice.
Got too cold. And then I had too many furry things, so I had to start making them for other people.
That is awesome.
Now I'm
That's
on
a
my
great idea.
200 coats I've made in 4 years. And then I've got all these people on tour, Tenacious D, Jack Black, and Kyle Gass.
Oh, nice. That is so
all kinds
cool.
of people, all kinds of things, craziness. This guy was one of my fastest art cars yet, and I think it took me about 40 hours to make this guy. Jiffy the Jolly Chimp was created in the 50s and mass produced. I think it came out of Japan, and it was a automatron. It was a battery powered toy that when you turned it on, he clapped his cymbals together all crazy. And this year I'm in a funny mood, and I decided I wanted to make the most annoying thing I could think of. And from my childhood, this toy represented the most annoying thing I could think of. And when I realized that was what I wanted to do, it all just came to me on how easy it would be to make. And this is what's come of it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm really happy with it. It represents me in so many ways. That's annoying. We are in Northern California right now, and we need to go to Northern Nevada, the next state over. And it can take us between 10 to 14 hours depending on how we've packed the load and how the trailer is pulling, or how the conditions of the road are, like traffic and stuff. Everyone calls Burning Man home. If you're a burner, Burning Man is your home. And even though we only spend a week to 2 weeks there, it's our home. And we always want to go home, and we only have the option to go home this time of year. We can always go to the desert and be there at home alone, but it's not really home if the city's not there. The city's what makes it home, and we make the city. I think that Burning Man is like the Louvre of underground art of today. It's got the best of the underground artists all coming together. It's not utopia. It's just a really cool place to go have a good time, and it's what you make it. If you go there and be an asshole, you're gonna meet a lot of assholes. But if you go there with an open heart and good intentions, you're gonna meet a lot of the same kind of people. Yay! Yay! The source of life! Water! We have succeeded in our last mission. Now it's just to get there. And you can almost see it. Home again! Nice to be back.
Is anybody here a virgin? You are the virgin. Step on out. Welcome home.
Thank you very much.
That was good.
All right. On your back.
Driver, go.
See an angel. Swift.
Driver, do you know where you're going?
Swift. Move your arms up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Up. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. Get on your chest. Get on your chest. Up, 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 up. Up, up, up. Get on your chest.
You need to embrace it. The best time to embrace it is now.
Here's the fly on. Kiss it. Love it. Love it. Take it on.
Ring the bell? Yes. Okay, let's ring the bell. There we go. Welcome home. Dude, get dusty.
Flyer, here we are. Got our stuff out of the car. Dirt, I've never seen the side of you. Lines and lines of motor cars, wooden structures, wooden bars. We are all here just for you. Oh, home. We've made it home. Home is right here and now with you. Oh, home. We've all come home. Home is out in the desert with you. Bike around and see the scene. Leave behind your thoughts of clean. Oh, to take a shower just with you. Lights and flashing neon green. Don't you wish there were some trees to shade me so I can sleep in with you? Oh, home, let me come home. Home is right here and now with you. secret fist bump that me and my college friends came up with on a road trip.
Okay, I'll be the rocket ship.
So after we fist bump, you go up and make a rocket ship noise.
Like this?
And I'll be the tender. Yeah.
Like that?
Are you ready?
Okay. That's awesome. This is where this is the furthest out part of the city. The last streets were on like G or H. It starts at A and they go as a clock from 2 o'clock as like a horseshoe to 10 o'clock. And I just wanted to show this area and show how big it is, because when we come back later in the week, this is all going to be full. All of the streets completely fill up and it becomes a huge city, something like 3.5, 4 miles by the same, like 3.5 or 4 miles, and it's kind of a circle more than a square, and it just fills up, and we have our city for 1 week. We are at the Black Rock City DMV, and we are registering our vehicle. This is where they inspect our car or handicapped vehicle to make sure it's safe. And if it's an our car, there's a whole bunch of standards that you have to abide by, they say, and you have to look a certain way, and it's got to be good enough by their approval to be allowed to drive on the playa. I've had different kinds of approaches or responses from them with my cars through the years, and I definitely have gotten better with my cars, but 1 year they'll really like it, and then the next year they'll hate it and tell me not to bring it back. I actually have a bad back, and I have a disabled parking placard for the state of California, and because I am disabled, I am allowed to drive a vehicle without going through all their standards. But I love to make my car something fun and funny, so I just do it as an art car, but I register as a handicapped vehicle. His name is Jiffy, the incredibly annoying chimp. We're second in line. We're almost out of here. We're so almost out of here. We'll be out of here before the guy in front of us because we're handicapped. We don't have to do all the criteria that they have to go through. But they appreciate that I dress up my vehicle and I'm not just a golf cart. And I do too, because I'd just be a golf cart and people would think I was the police or something. But instead, I'm a fun, annoying chimp that everybody has to smile at because it's so silly. And that right there, how many thousands or tens of thousands of smiles am I going to create? What is that for the world? Something awesome. More smiles, cheer people up. See how we could do that every day in the real world.
I love it.
I've tried to be nice. Tried to be nice long enough. Now I'm just going to be me.
Perfect.
And have fun.
It's beautiful. Okay, I need to do this. That's a good workout. Let me try this.
Okay, let's go.
Woo!
Where do we want to go? Let's go to the temple and see what they've done.
Yeah.
As our population increased, so did our community grow up and mature. And as you mature, your mothers and fathers die. And we didn't have a place to reflect on that. The man represents a lot of things, a lot of joyous things, and often sometimes sad things, but not enough. It didn't address the issues that our community was facing. Young people committing suicide. You okay? You know, mothers and fathers dying, and it just became a need that our community needed. In the outside world, we used to use churches, and now the churches are being replaced by theme parks or shopping centers. So in our community, we have a lot of theme parks and we have a lot of shopping centers, but we didn't have a place to reflect. So this kind of fills that need. Okay.
They have done so much work here since we were here last, just the other day. It's amazing what they're doing. So much detail. So amazing. And when it burns, it is gonna burn like nothing you've ever seen.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right. Blew my hat off.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Sorry to steal your shade, but we're gonna be on our way.
That's a fun bike.
Moving through, getting taller and taller.
It's whatever. The spiral.
The spiral.
The spiral of life.
It is where spiral ends.
I love it when people make me laugh. It's the best part of life is laughter. And when you can meet somebody who can make you laugh just right, it's golden time. It's the best time there is. Best time of life.
This is an art representation of the Divine Feminine. It's a big, beautiful golden dress. So you get to climb up all the way to the top, and you look like you're wearing a 3-story dress and get to display your Divine Feminine side. Put it on, yeah.
One of my other alter egos. This is Nookie Monster. This is the Nookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster's older brother.
Perfect. Perfect. Is this like a big onesie?
It's a onesie.
I'm so gonna wear this. It's great. It's so ridiculous.
It is. That's why I do it. I don't like boundaries. Cover them. With fur.
I cover boundaries with fur.
Yep.
I could just dance in it all day.
I really get my
all
groove on. I put my hat on too.
All day, all day, all day, all day.
Perfect.
What happened? We got a flat tire. I don't know if it was too much weight on there or the tires were just old, but it blew out and now it's stuck on there. We can't get the nut off. It's like rusted and then it's stripped out, so we have to break the one nut off to be able to use it again. So that's what we're trying to do, but we don't have the proper tools.
He's getting chiseled all the way around.
I'm trying to get this bit right here.
Break.
Alright, he's a Aha! Now look at that hole.
Yeah.
You drove over something gnarly.
No, I think maybe it might have hit the metal or something over here. Looks like it rubbed right here. It's very interesting. I like it. It's strange. Everybody has such a different perspective or creativity. It's a nice world.
Yay.
So I wrote another message to King, and he probably thought I was a little bit crazy because I'm like, do you know Calvin and Hobbes? I want to make this coat for my fiance. I want it to be like a royal robe, but like Hobbes, and I want it to light up. You know, what can you do? And I sent him different photos of his own coats to try and explain what I wanted, and he created this, and it was so exciting.
I don't know. It's just an amazing robe. It's just so over the top. It's it's over the top.
And he's not an over the top person.
Yeah, like I really dress pretty simply, and just, I like to come out and party and have fun, but it's sort of not too much attention. But this is just so crazy. It's I don't know. I love it.
I think that's like the power of this place is just incredible. It just, if you want it, if you're open to it, you will change and you will heal and you'll become a better person.
And that's what I found on the playa this year was a new ego. I don't like the old one that I had. So I left it in the temple, and it's gonna burn up. And my new ego has different priorities, not the ones that were fed to me throughout my life that was supposed to be my priorities, or what my ego was supposed to, how my ego was supposed to be fed. Now I find that my ego is going to be fed through my art, and it's you have an ego, you have to feed it, you have to be part of it. You can't just stick it in a corner and lock it up, or feed it too much and be a jerk or more. So it's your choice to be who you are and make your life what it is, and make your burn what it is if that's what you want to do.
It's not that life is so short, it's that death is so f***ing long.
No, it's not, dude.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, provided you can find me one person that's come back with a skill set. There's a lot of hippies. There's a lot of hippies out there that say, I was the Queen of Sheba.
I have a great story from a super redneck from Cave Junction, Oregon.
Came right on back with a wisdom.
He jumped off a bridge, hit a rock, popped out of his body.
Do you come up with your better time?
Yeah.
How much?
Well, just a little taste.
Just a little?
Just a little taste.
Nothing.
Right.
No ID.
You want me to get it for you?
You got ID?
Hello. Do you have your ID hand?
I'm bald.
12 to 2 every day. We are serving champagne. 2 to 4 every day. We're serving shot skis. Come back tomorrow or this afternoon. Bye. Wow. How's your burn going?
Awesome!
Amazing!
My incredibly annoying chimp is annoying everyone.
Hi. Wow. Welcome to Champagne Lounge. Would you like a shot in your mouth? In your camera's mouth?
The floor as you can, not yet, into the floor as you can. So you that are holding onto the ropes, this rope is just because you don't have handholds. Yeah. Don't try to hold yourself up with the rope. Okay. It's just to keep your feet stabilized. But otherwise, you want to stick your noses right up these guys' butts. Okay? Go. Keep climbing.
We call this the other world for the most part. This is when we come in and we let loose and have a good time and meet people, and there's no barriers. We all have something in common. We've come here to see the man burn, to see all the art, to meet new people with common interests. But back in the real world, or the other side, people aren't so interested in meeting each other, it seems like, and are very closed in their own worlds. And they, for myself, like I don't go out of my way and go up and talk to people on the street. Maybe if there was something in common I had with them, I would, but in general, I keep to myself, and most people do. For that reason, I don't meet that many people. And over the last 10 years, I've made more friends here on the playa than I have in my own state or in my own town that I live in. Now the sun is down and the nightlife begins. Everything changes. What do you think? How's this?
You look like the man.
Robin Hood's gonna get some revenge. Girl power.
Circus, a whole city that's just a big circus. You never know what you're gonna see. Big giant freak show.
Completely different story.
Yeah. Oh my God.
light speed.
We're traveling through space and time.
Out of control. They're building a whole damn city there. Like,
What the fuck is that? The projects?
no, it's what is it? Wall Street.
It's like a damn ghetto. I'm offended.
It's Wall Street.
Oh, it is Wall Street. I'm even more offended. It's tag on that. I think that's the point.
Yeah.
My project is Burn Wall Street. It's about getting all the Americans together from either the left or the right, because we all have some common things and we all want to fix our country, and it affects the rest of the world. Our country is being controlled by big money people that are so greedy that they're willing to destroy everything just so they can have some more money. But it's not going to be any value if everything goes to like that. So we're trying to save that. We're trying to get the Tea Party and the Occupy movement to communicate with each other and push their legislators to take money out of politics in America, to have it publicly funded so that everybody gets the same amount of money, so it's not who's got the most amount of money for commercials that wins. We also want to regulate Wall Street with prison sentences instead of money. If I rob somebody of $500, they put me in prison for 15 years. If you rob somebody of $500 million, they slap you on the wrist and take $100,000 from you. So it's really profitable to rob people of $500 million. If you were to go to jail for 500 years for robbing $500 million, meet Bubba, your new life partner, they will be doing that less. I mean, there's always going to be an evil person out there too, but the rest of them, most of them will snap in the line, and we won't have all these problems we have, and our economy won't collapse. Money is a trading thing. You go, if you work a job, you're trading your labor for this credit so that you can trade for other goods in the market. It's just a value system, but it itself is valueless. You can't eat money.
Anybody want to split one? Okay, we'll split this thing. Thank you.
About it.
The importance of the sunrise on the playa. It's the light coming back, all of us gathering together, feeling unity, feeling peacefulness together, feeling love in our hearts, maybe feeling pain, maybe we've lost someone, and we're here to transmute that pain if that's what we're feeling. We're here to open our hearts to each other so that when we go back into our lives, our hearts stay more open so we can love each other more and more and create a new earth. That's what we're doing.
Yeah!
And when we do that, we heal each other. And I think that's why all of us come to Burning Man, to heal, to grow, to open, to unfold, to love, to create a better world for all of us. shine our brightest and to do what we love and share that with each other and find each other and find other playmates and then create more magic and beauty in the world in infinite different ways. Just look around. Everything is represented here. Look at the world that we can create. This is the paradigm. If you look deeper than the party, this is the new paradigm. This is everybody can have this much love and abundance in their lives. It's just a matter of working together. Everybody comes here to be inspired or inspire. That's what we do. And then we go back home and then we create more magic in the world so that everybody can share it. Because not everybody can come to Burning Man, but we go out in the world and then we share Burning Man with the world.
This is my best friend, Shiny Penny. She died in a car accident 2 months ago. And this is my other good friend, Rhino. He died in his sleep 2 weeks after Penny. This is the only way that we know how to get our message across to the other side. People write everywhere. Every little thing means something to someone. It may just, I'm sorry, so very sorry, Star. Maybe this person did something wrong to cause this person to die. I don't know. These things are usually in riddles. Everybody has their own way of explaining what's going on in their own life. And a lot of times people don't want to put the truth down, you know, they don't really want to let you know too much. They only want to put the one little message, whatever is going to make it to the other side, you know.
"200 years ago, a mother in Africa, her son committed suicide. And she, on the outside of her shack, or her shed, she carved a ladder. And she carved an image of her son and the date that he had died. 200 years later, a merchant went to Africa and bought that ladder at a marketplace for $80 and took it back to America and sold it to a collector for $80,000. When you bring a suicide letter from a Vietnam veteran and we put it into the temple, I guarantee that it won't be made into a souvenir 200 years from now. And the only way you can protect that is by sealing it with fire.
Going to see the ship. Going to see the sunken ship.
feel like a pirate or what?
I feel like a pirate. Get to the canoes. Ooh-wee. Amen. Shoot them, dude. Dude, let's go up. I see land with people.
It's a boat that I'm sailing to the pirate ship. He's pretty loud.
Is that fun? You like that? You like making music? Great. That's what music's all about, is making music. Whatever it takes to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, Daddy's got his bike. You want to ride the monkey?
We just jumped on the magic carpet. And
Yep.
we've been lost for a couple of hours now. No water, nothing.
That's the worst.
On the back of the monkey. All right.
Yay!
Riding water. Riding on the monkey's butt.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Here, I got that.
I'm telling you, the monkey's awesome. Say, monkey's awesome.
It tastes kind of chunky, so I spit it at a monkey, and the monkey started cursing at me. What you doing?
Just tell us
We're
what you
making
want.
magic
Magic wands. Do you want to make one?
Magic wands.
Do you want to make one?
Yeah.
Okay, pick a magic stick over here.
I started coming here when my youngest son was 10 months old and my older son was 4. And now they're 7 and 3. And we're still coming to Kidsville. It's the best place for families on the playa, I think.
That's not my magic
like
step,
a piece of that
so now there has to
purple
be
or
black.
this red.
All right. Now.
On the top.
On the top?
It's ready.
It's better than Disneyland. And the values are more important and more useful. You don't teach them that they need to buy things to be happy. Here everyone just gives things. You give and you take. And there's no value of buy me this, Mom, buy me that. Like when you go somewhere like Disney World, they just want you to buy things all day long. But here, the experience is what's important.
I don't want to know what's going on where or when. If somebody hears something, they say this is going on, and I go, okay, let's go, and I get in my car and we take them. But I like to just drive around and let the car take me wherever it wants, and then when I show up that's where I need to be. And I seem to see a lot of stuff, and then a lot of times I'll be with somebody almost the whole time and they'll show me their pictures and I'm like, what's this, what's this, what's this? And they're like, it was right behind you, didn't you see it? I told you to look. And it's like, it could be right behind you and you don't see something as big as a giant unicorn, as big as a house, because you didn't turn around or something. But I like the spontaneity, the happening of it all and being surprised. I love the element of surprise.
And basically the idea was just to
pretty much had a canvas for people to do art communally. So
we
pretty
express
much,
ourselves, so you express yourself.
we pretty much, this would bring them brand new birch cut, hand cut, set them up, and then just give paints to as many people that wanted to create.
Well, what it was Burning Man said, come back and make what you can't have on the playa. And I have always wanted to be the leader of a cult, so I decided to make my own cult. And for a couple of years, it was a cult of one, and I had fun. But then I started to meet people, and they were interested in joining on and following me because I had good things to teach, and they liked what I had to say. So then I got up to about 24 followers last year, and then this year I was rejected. My theme camp was rejected. So we came back as an underground cult, and it's just 3 of us. We got three or four persons in the cult this year. What I think is whoever owns this organization, be it Larry Harvey or whoever, wants to clean it up, wants to make it attractive to families, and then he's going to sell that to Pepsi or Coke or Disneyland, probably Disneyland, because you know he's going to get paid in the end, because that's what it's all about, and that's why it's all about that right now, and for him, I would imagine, and that's totally cool. I think it's awesome, and I love this, and they're not going to keep me away. They're just going to make me more annoying.
I was in Utopia. Utopia is silly. If you find me a perfect person, then I'll start believing in a perfect society. No, there's no perfect society. That's kind of a backwards approach to things. But I believe in, but I believe that we could all live in communities that we deeply feel we belong to, but that afford everyone the liberty to be themselves. I think that's possible, both at the same time. And I think in some measure we have, as a test case, are proving it.
Ice cold chocolate! Stop for a chocolate break! I like your hat.
Thank you. I like your ears.
Thank you. Would you like some chocolate? I would love some. Well, let me give you some. Thank you.
So love yourself. That's all I'm saying. You need to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. And if you don't love anyone else or yourself, nobody's going to love you. What would life be without love? True love from the heart. And if you're lucky enough to love everybody with your heart, and you feel good and everything's great and you're as happy as you act, power to you. Power to you. All the power to you. I'm happy for you. I wish everybody could be like that. What a world we would live in. But if everybody could just be a little bit like that and understand and just love themselves, then we would be in this wonderful planet. And maybe we could make a utopia. As I understand it, is just an effigy, and to burn it every year is a ritual, so that for me, I like to yell when they're burning it. I like to yell and scream and let out all my frustrations and energy from the year before, and then start anew. And it feels really good to just let loose and do it with 50,000 people at the same time. And the energy is just unreal when they light the man. The energy is so strong, and it's just a really great place to be.
I want to take a picture, but it's going to melt the camera.
The world's a very messed up place right now, and it's on a dead-end road with no brakes, going as fast as it can. So enjoy the ride, because I don't think it's going to last long. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that annoys me, and I can't read the newspaper. I don't watch TV. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why people are being killed in other countries with my tax dollar. I didn't ask them to do that. I don't want to have anything to do with that. It's a messed up world. So you got to go out and have fun when you can, and enjoy what time you have. And tell people that you love them. You might not see them.